Hi, good morning. It's Susanna Reay here, your visibility coach, and I specialize in helping introvert entrepreneurs. And the reason why is basically because I'm an introvert and I realize that there's so much training done out there by the big shouty extroverts, and the thing is when a business coach turns around to you and says, book yourself solid, go back to back on all these calls, one after the other. As an introvert, I just can't do that. I mean, who has the energy to go on one call after another, and still be giving 100% to that person who's fourth in line or fifth in line? Or what about the one at the end of the day? So when I work with introvert entrepreneurs, we also look at the energy balance and how important it is to preserve our energy, to make sure that when we're working or dealing with clients, or if you're selling your product, that you're making sure you're at your higher energy points when you're showing yourself to the public. And that's what I said that I would talk about this morning, is one tip as an introvert of how do you get yourself out there and being visible. So the biggest tip is really this: give yourself the space. Give yourself the space to be you, to be authentically you, and let yourself breathe. Don't be afraid of the pauses, the quiet moments, because as an introvert, that time is really, really important for you. And also it's in the time when we're not constantly on the go that new creativity comes, imagination takes place. And in fact, there's many studies now even looking at children and the importance of play, because they're finding with all the new devices and everything around that kids just haven't got the same imagination that they used to have when they're playing on all these devices. But the same thing goes for us as adults. We can't spend all our time just doing task after task after task, and we do need to stop. Stopping is so important. There's a reason why there's a working week and a weekend. But when you're setting up your own business, it's so hard. I know I struggle with this still, even though I know the importance of stop. But it's so hard to create like a golden ring around some time and say, this time is for me, this time is just to stop, relax and enjoy. And when you actually turn off everything that you think you want to do in your business and just stop for a moment, you'll quite often find that the answers come in those moments. Is why we all know there's the moments of inspiration in the shower, or Archimedes leaping out of the bath going eureka. It's at those moments when we're stopping and pausing for thought and just letting our brain wander that the best ideas come. And your brain has an amazing way of working to make what's right for you happen. So what I say as an introvert and as the tip is to really honor and respect times in every day to stop, relax, pause and look back. Hi Helma, it's lovely to see that you're here with me. And this is why today, that if you do one thing, I'd like you to make that time to stop. I know we all have huge to-do lists. I have many. I have lots of plans for my clients ahead, and I know what they need, but I also know they need to stop. I know I need to stop. And therefore, my one key takeaway from this small live today is to say, honor yourself and take that moment to stop and reflect. Look back on what you've done in the last week or the last month or the last few months, and really recognize, where have you come? Do you make a regular note of how many followers you have, how much engagement you get? You should be charting this. See if you can go back, or if you have analytics, have a look and see where were you at the start of this year and where are you now. This stopping and pausing and reflecting can help you then project and make your goals for the future, and it is important to have goals and moving forward. I'm really happy, Elma, you like what I'm saying and the pause to let the brain find its own way. And it's so important. So when we look back and we pause, and reflection. So reflection is such an important skill to also take with us when we're setting up in business. Because if we can't look back and see what has worked and what hasn't, how can we improve for the future? I know many of you feel that you're just like, oh, I've got to get this stuff out here, and you're like shooting from the hip and going, right, well, I'll just do it because I need to get something out, but you haven't really thought about why you're putting that content out right now. And this is what the pause is about, just stopping, not thinking about what you need to do, but giving your brain the space to relax. And it is the most critical thing as an introvert, because as an introvert, the definition, if you're watching this and you're not sure, well, what exactly is an introvert? An introvert is someone who gains their energy by being still, by being on their own, to then gather the energy before facing the outside world. An extrovert is someone that when they're in a social situation, they get more buzzed up, they get more energy, and they really enjoy being around lots of people. As an introvert, we can enjoy other people's company, but after a while we feel our energy is just so drained that we can't do it any longer, and we have to remove ourselves from the situation so we can then recover. But this also applies for when you're building your business and being online. Because when you're putting yourself out there the whole time, even if it's with posts and content, that still is taking a lot of your energy. And this is where every day, I would love you this week, if you take this away, is think about, when can I pause? Actually take a proper lunch break. Another thing we're really bad at when we're working for ourselves and we're working on the computer is you just keep going, and then you suddenly realize, oh, I haven't eaten, I haven't had a proper drink. So actually set an appointment with yourself on your phone. Make it a scheduled appointment where you take half an hour out, and in that time you turn off your phone, you turn off your computer, and whether it's just sat in your office and close your eyes and just think, and if you're lucky you might be able to go out and get a walk in this time, and that's even better, because it gives your head the space, and it's also really important for your eyes to have focus and long distance as well as short distance. So if you're always in an office environment and you're very enclosed, it's far better to be able to take the time and look out the window if you have a window that has a nice view, or take yourself out. So make an appointment with yourself today to take 30 minutes for yourself, and I promise you that that pause will give you more progress today than worrying about everything you have to do, the procrastination, the overwhelm that comes from the procrastination, because those two things are so intrinsically linked. Is that when you are in overwhelm, you start procrastinating because you've got so much to do, you're not sure what to do first. So it's super important to think about, what do I really just need to get done today? When we have this huge list of things ahead of us, just pick one, and then when you've done it, stop for half an hour before you think about your to-do list and what to do next, and then you can take that forward. Thank you very much for joining me today, this morning. I will be here again next week at the same time. I come live every Wednesday morning on my business page, which is Susanna Reay Visibility Coach on Facebook. And as you can see just above me up here, I have opened a new group where I'm supporting introvert visibility. New members are very welcome. At the top of my page you will see a button that says join group. Please do come on over. We can continue the conversation within the group. There's 3 entry questions. I really appreciate it if you do answer those questions. If you do not answer the questions, it is quite low likelihood I will accept you into the group, unless I know you are a client of mine, you've worked with me, and I recognize who you are. Because the whole point of Facebook groups is building a community, and communities mean people need to connect and talk. So if you can't answer 3 questions to enter that community, I think I'm in a very good place to say, well, maybe you're not right for the community. They're super simple questions, nothing to fear. Please do come across, join us in there. I wish you a great day, and remember, just take that time today to pause. I'll catch you all again soon. Bye.